Everyone asks us how much a car wrap costs. So today we're going to break it down for you. So if you watch the channel frequently, you'll know that we've done a few of these sort of sit down question, have a bit of fun type style videos. This one we're going to do a bit more serious, as you can see, but we're going to do how much does a wrap cost. So yes, we've spoken about this before, but in this video we're going to go a bit more in depth. So one of the main things we get asked is price of a wrap. There is so many variations and differences and things like that. So when you pick up the phone and they're like, oh hi, we just want a rough price on a wrap, unfortunately it doesn't work like that. I'd love to just say, oh, it's going to cost £2,000. That's not possible. How far do you want to go with the wrap? Are we doing just the outside? Are we doing the shuts and the returns? Are we using a premium brand? Are we using a slightly cheaper brand? What's the bumper like on the car? How clean is the car? Does the paintwork need prep? So there's an awful lot to take into consideration when we do these quotes. Like I said at the beginning, unfortunately, it's not just a case of spill out a number and there you go. So we'll start with the main factor, the type of material. There are a number of different brands: PWF, Platinum Wrapping Film, 3M, Avery, Hexis, Tech Wrap, Vinyl Frog, Metamark. There's just loads, it just goes on. And they've all got different price points, different grades. They work best, some work better in different zones. So if you're in Dubai or Vegas, you're gonna want a zone 1 or a zone 2 or a zone 3 material versus a zone 5, 6, 7, etc. There's the brand, 3M, Avery, the sort of the leaders of the field, or people think the leaders of the field, tend to have a higher price point. Pearlescent wraps, glitter wraps are going to be more expensive than a solid colour. It's like a red and a green in a normal gloss finish. Brand is a massive factor in how much a wrap costs. So you're on Google, how much does a car wrap cost? How much does a truck wrap, a bike wrap, anything like that? Unfortunately, it's not that simple. Brands is a massive thing, like Versace, like Nike, like George, Tesco's, whatever that one's called. They've all got different price points. They offer different price points for a number of reasons. Manufacturing processes, longevity of the material, and things like that all come into consideration. And then also a solid color wrap, like a red, a green in a gloss or satin, is sort of under one umbrella. But if you want a chrome wrap, the price for a chrome wrap is 2 or 3 times more, purely because the material is that much more expensive, and also the process of installing it is much more labor intensive. If you want a printed wrap, you've obviously got design fees, ink costs, you also have to laminate the wrap as well, more cost, more time. Solid color, printed wraps, chrome wraps, they all vary so much. Before you ring a wrap shop, find out what it is that you want. Have a think, have a brainstorm, go through Google. Right, I want a red wrap, I want a gloss satin one, or no, you don't like that, let's go for a chrome wrap. And that way you can then contact the supplier, the wrap shop, and then say, this is what you want. You want to do just the outside, you want to do shuts and returns as well. Also send some photos, because that will help with the quote, instead of just ringing up saying, how much is X? It doesn't work like that. So one of the next things to take into consideration is labor. How long is this gonna take? Again, there's a number of different factors that can affect this. The type of wrap can do, but we've already discussed that. How far are you gonna go with the wrap? Are we doing just the exterior, or are we doing the exterior and shuts and returns? Are we doing exterior, shuts and returns, and inside the boot as well? Because inside the boot generally isn't covered with shuts and returns. I don't know a wrap shop that actually includes it. So if you want like the whole car done, then there's obviously a lot more labor. The main reason for this is, for example, if you do just the outside, you would just stick the material on the outside. You might have to remove a handle and a mirror, for example, a drop, a sheet, on we go, trim it up. If you're doing the shuts and the returns, the door has to be removed. In my opinion, to do the job properly, you remove the door, you strip the door card down, you take all of the bits off that you need to, and then you can wrap the inside and the outside. And that's just the return. You have to do the shut as well, which is the other side of the car, or the other side of where the door meets, where the door shuts. Shuts and returns are massively labour intensive. So we charge £350 plus VAT per door. You've gone from, example, a £2,000 wrap to do the exterior to £2,700 if you have 2 doors, or if you have 4 doors, you're adding sort of another £1,200, £1,300, £1,400 onto the quote. If you're just shopping around, how much does my wrap cost? You ring someone up, you say, I want it all done, and they give you a quote for 4.5 or 5 grand, you're probably gonna fall off your chair because you haven't, or you don't understand what a full quote is versus just an exterior, because someone else may have just quoted you 2 grand. So different companies price things differently, they call things different things. So we call a full colour change, which is shuts, returns and the outside, whereas the outside is, we just call it an exterior. So there's a big difference in pricing, labour and things like that. For an example, we're going to go through some pricing. The orange SLK that we wrapped, that had an exterior colour change, so just the outside of the vehicle was wrapped, and you also had a ceramic coat. So the wrap was £2,095 plus VAT. The Porsche Taycan that we wrapped a few months ago, again we did a video on this, we'll put the links in the description to both these videos so you can see them. So this customer paid £3,500 to have a full colour change, which is obviously the outside and the shuts and the returns. Yeah, 3.5 plus the VAT, which tips you over the £4,000 mark. Again, a huge deficit. Yeah, I like that word. There's a big deficit between those two. The Mercedes was still a little bit on the pricey side, and that is because he had platinum wrapping film. So he had a German brand material, which we have to get in from Germany. There's also import taxes and things like that. We did a video on that as well.
Who's responsible for the tariff increase?
For a brand of material which we could get from our normal standard suppliers, then it would have probably been slightly under the 2K mark, but because he wanted that material, that's the price it was. So yeah, there's a huge difference, a lot to research if you're looking for a wrap before you ring the wrap shop. Find out what you want to do with it, what kind of wrap you want, printed, chrome, solid colour, outside, inside, and then also the size of the vehicle. So if it's a transporter, for example, we wrap a lot of transporters here, they're significantly larger than a Volkswagen Golf. So again, more material, more cost. So there's a number of factors to take into consideration. I think that covers 90%, maybe 100%. Maybe I've answered all the questions. I hope I have. But I think this video covers the general cost of what you need to look for when shopping for a wrap. Give us a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe. So if you're looking at shopping around for a wrap and you don't know where to start, drop us an email, a DM. If you're in the UK, pick up the phone, give us a call. And if you're local, come in for a chat.